Hi, and welcome to the People Chronicles. I am here, Joe Painter, with you to introduce a brand new series. It's called Berks Nature and You, and I'm pretty excited about this one because if there's one thing I love more than anything else, it's being outside. The executive director of Berks Nature, Kim Murphy, is with us, and thanks for joining us on the People Chronicles.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Berks Nature. Did you used to be Berks Conservancy?
We did, yes. We did an official rebrand of the Berks Conservancy name to Berks Nature in September 2015.
Oh, so this is really new.
It's very new, yes, yeah.
And why?
Well, we are building a new nature center, and we had a number of brands that we were asking people to think of us about under greenberks.com and the Greater Reading Trails and Eco Adventure Camp and Berks Conservancy, and we started to think about what we would do to name our new center, and we were concerned that people might begin to identify us with that geographical location and forget about our other work. So we did a whole communications plan and study and worked with some professionals, and they came back and they said, you know, you really ought to Uber brand all your work, and we tried a variety of different names. The Conservancy was a little challenging for some people to understand completely what we did. So we thought Berks Nature really explains where we work and why we work. And so we have sub-brands of our trails work and our education work and our conservation work, but Berks Nature is the name, and then the name of our new nature center will be the Nature Place.
There's a whole lot going on here with Berks Nature, from trails to conservancy to education to the center. But then you said it's to brand what we work, what we do, and why we do it. Yeah. So what is the impact of Berks Nature? Why do we have such an organization here in Berks County?
Well, we believe that nature is essential to our quality of life.
Agreed.
And, you know,
keeps me sane.
Right. And so that's part of our mission, is to make sure that we are conserving those lands that should be protected. We work a lot with farmers and landowners on important water quality issues that ensure the safety of our drinking water. We work to connect people with nature, so we have urban gardens in the city of Reading. We have education programs, we have a summer day camp and the trails. So we believe that we impact everyone in Berks County. They really just don't realize it. Yeah.
I was just thinking that, Kim, because I mean, you talk about water quality. We take it for granted.
Right.
The trails on the mountain, maybe it's Mount Penn or Neversink or Blue Marsh, well, they're there.
Right.
You take it for granted.
Right.
Maybe you've driven around the city and you see a garden, well, there it is. And what you're saying is, really, without Berks Nature and your concerted effort of the whole team at Berks Nature, we might not be able to enjoy those things.
Correct. You know, there are some county programs that provide open space for the public, but you know, we really try to work with our very small staff. We have 6 people on our staff and a great board. So we try to be very strategic about what we're doing and where we're doing it. We select areas that we want to conserve that have, you know, really important ecological impacts for water quality or endangered species. And then we also, as I said, try to connect folks to that. So, you know, water, for example, is we do take that for granted. Everyone, you know, you ask somebody where their water comes from, and they say, well, it comes from the spigot, you know, or the faucet.
True.
But a whole lot happens before it gets there.
Yeah.
So we work with water authorities and water providers to make sure that their source water plan, everyone has a source water protection plan. Some of that calls for protecting land. Maybe some of it calls for remediating areas of streams that are impaired. And so we do that, and we work with other partners as well. But we're a nonprofit, and we work with the government or private landowners and try to make that impact that helps everyone.
If you were to prioritize, and that's a tough one, is it land conservation, or is it remediating streams and the watershed areas all around Berks County, or is it education? And you know what's sticking in my mind, Kim? maybe a couple of years ago, I believe it was Berks Nature responsible for bringing in, I forget his name, was he an author to?
Richard Louv.
Yes, to the Miller Center.
Yes,
And
Last Child in the Woods. Yeah.
yes, that was a big initiative for you. It's sad that we have to have it, but so often kids don't go out in the woods and play anymore. So you were proactive there, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we were. Well, I think, part of it is that we realize that we have a responsibility for kind of educating and stewarding the next generation of conservationists. And how do you do that? And kids are spending less and less time outside. They spend somewhere between 30 and 40 hours a week on electronic devices. Most children will only spend about 1% of time in free play outside. And I don't know about
1%.
you, 1% of their time, but I mean, I think mine was probably 99% of my time.
Same here, same
Your
here.
mom was like, go out the door, but we were always outside.
Yes.
And you learn a lot from those experiences in terms of risk taking and caring for the earth and how things work in sort of the web of life and so forth. So, you asked me to prioritize. I guess it is hard to prioritize. What we do on the land affects our water, so our land conservation work is very important to us. But the Richard Louv visit and this whole concept of, Last Child in the Woods really had a tremendous impact on me personally and professionally and our board. And so it was that point in time that we really, as an organization, started to think very seriously about our role in environmental education and connecting people to nature. And that's really what led us to, we're building this new nature center.
So it's a flashpoint for that?
Yeah, it really
cool.
was. Yeah.
And where will the new center be?
So we looked at a variety of places in Berks County. We wanted to be close to the water and the trails, and we found a great location in a city park, Angelica Park, which is off of Route 10 in the city of Reading, right near the entrance to Alvernia University. We've done.
Is that wetlands over there?
There are wetlands.
Preserving that.
Yep. So we were part of the city's effort to restore the wetlands. We're right along the Schuylkill River. The Angelica Creek Trail runs along the Angelica Creek. There's a wooded habitat there. There's grassland. And there was a single classroom facility that we were able to kind of start some of our programs with. And now we hope to break ground by June on a 9,000 square foot, 2-story center that's going to have classrooms and conference rooms and a great place for students to come and families. Nature play area. So we're really looking forward to it.
Sounds like it's going to be, well, I want to say hidden gem because Berks Nature, I think, is a hidden gem because you're quiet and you're quiet like nature and just doing it in the background. So you blend in.
Yeah.
But without Berks Nature, there are so many treasures in Berks County that we wouldn't enjoy. So I'm really happy that you are here to share your impact stories, and we'll learn more about the work that you do and who it affects, and that's you and me. So how do we find out more about Berks Nature?
So folks can go to our website, www.berksnature.org, and we have, we're getting ready to list 9 months worth of events, bird hikes and camp and all kinds of things, and they can find out how to support the organization right there on the web.
So make that a favorite. Follow us on Facebook, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you won't miss any of these episodes from Berks Nature and You. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you, Joe.
My pleasure.